Hey everybody, it's Miss Honey and thank you for coming back to my channel. Today we are going to do a wash, blow dry, and flat iron on my daughter for back to school. Right here, this is the African Pride Shea Miracle Detangling Shampoo. I really enjoy this shampoo while washing her hair. It has a lot of slip and it helps with the detangling process. So go out and get this. It is really good. Next, I am using the Wild Growth Light Oil Moisturizer. I actually used this a couple of days prior. I let her hair just sit and soak in it. There's two types of this oil and you're supposed to use it together. I like this one because it's very softening and helps with growth. Okay, put your head in. Ooh, I'm gonna make it colder.
You should have did this in a tub.
So we're wetting her hair. Wash day, we removed her braids. Because I let her hair soak in oil already, I did not put a conditioner on prior, but I'm gonna let you guys know. I get a lot of questions about what people should do to their hair prior to washing it because they tend to take their braids out and they just go straight into washing with shampoo, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure your hair is super moisturized. You want to make sure that you get any buildup. A lot of times when you braid hair, it's buildup at the roots. You want to make sure you get that buildup out. You want to take it and pull it apart like that gently. And then you also want to make sure you put oil on it. You also want to condition prior to shampooing. So please, people, if you are taking braids out, do not just go straight into shampooing. Put a conditioner on and soak it. I already pulled apart my daughter's buildup that was in her hair. It wasn't a lot of buildup, but if you have a lot of buildup because you had your braids in for a long time, you definitely want to soak your hair over the weekend. Like, soak it so that it can soften all of the buildup and make it easier to wash out. Otherwise, you're going to end up with dreaded hair and locked up dreaded hair, and a lot of people end up cutting their hair out because of that, which you really don't have to do, but unless you have somebody that can help you to detangle it, you're going to have a really hard time. So we're just going to use this shampoo, put it in her hair, and we're just saturating the hair with shampoo. Make sure you scrub the scalp with your fingertips so it can be clean. Massage it into the head. Everybody loves this when I do it, but the only person who dislikes it is my daughter, unless she changed her mind recently because she's super tender-headed and she feels like I am attacking her scalp. But everybody else I know, they fall asleep and they love when I shampoo their hair and massage the shampoo into their scalp. How do you feel, Nevaeh? Does it feel good, or does it? Yeah. Or oh, it feels good now? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Maybe it's when your nails are longer.
Oh yeah, my nails are a little bit shorter right now. Because normally she says I'm attacking her head. Get all the oiling buildup out of her hair and scalp. This is a Tangle Teezer brush. So how does it feel when I'm using the Tangle Teezer in your hair while shampooing?
It feels like nothing.
Feels like nothing. Now, I just want to be clear. Prior to this, she would like tell me to stop, and she hated getting her hair washed, combed, whatever. She's very tender-headed. She said this feels like nothing, and I'm telling you, it's because of this detangling shampoo. It sounds like something, but for her to say it feels like nothing, that is a major plus. Not difficult at all. We could have a bigger sink though. okay now?
It was warm. It wasn't hot when you first.
Okay, don't touch the thing. Brother has stepped in the building and he is tampering with the faucet and almost burned his sister. But we love you. We know it was an accident. Back up a little bit. Yeah, back your feet up. Yeah. There we go. Next time we'll just do her hair. Don't do that. Next time we'll do her hair in the kitchen sink because it'll be a lot easier. This is our first time washing in the bathroom sink, so we definitely won't do this again because my back is killing me.
My neck is.
But yeah, do you still feel okay? Is it hurting?
No.
Okay, so.
I mean, it kind of hurts. No, kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it kind of hurts. Just kidding.
Give me one of those plastic containers down there.
There's no plastic.
On the other side.
That one just had fog in it. So I took that one.
Is it all the way cold?
Okay, turn the other way. That's another thing is my daughter likes to wash her hair with all the way cold ice water. I don't understand it. How many of you guys like to wash your hair with cold, ice cold water? Comment below. So now that we have washed the hair thoroughly and rinsed all of the soap out, we're going to go ahead and start the blow drying process. What I like to do is I like to part out a 1/2 inch width throughout her hair, pin the rest up. The blow dryer that I'm using is the Ion blow dryer. Not my favorite, but it's working for this. This blow dryer, I have a comb attachment on it that I got from Sally's. I like it. It was pretty durable. And it has a metal bar in the middle, which helps out with the drying and straightening process. So we're just unraveling the twist that I put throughout her hair. And I'm using a little bit of the Silk Elements Cream Heat Protectant. I like this heat protectant on her hair. It helps it to be very silky and flowy once I flat iron it. I'm brushing through with the Tangle Teezer brush, and then I am blow drying each section. And we just do this process throughout the whole head until the entire head is dry and straight. Now that the hair is dry and blow dried straight, I'm just sectioning out a 1/2 inch width all throughout her hair, starting from the back. I'm using the Ion flat iron, and I'm using the Tangle Teezer once again to assist me while I pass the flat iron through her hair. This just helps to make sure that her hair is completely straight and not curling up as I pass the flat iron through. So the smoke that you're seeing is just from the cream heat protectant. I don't flat iron her hair that often. She's had her hair in protective styling for years, and she wanted to just try something different this year. You know, that teenage lifestyle. But she loves her natural hair. I braid hair, and I've done every style on her. So she just wanted to try something different. And I let her. As long as it's not a relaxer, then it's fine. And despite seeing the smoke from the flat iron, I will do a video in the future when I wash her hair, and you will see it revert right back up to curly. Actually, in the beginning of this video, her hair had already been pressed prior, and as you can see, her hair was still very tight curls, and there wasn't any heat damage. So I use enough heat protectant, and the silk element is really good at preventing her hair from being damaged. So once again, we're just doing really small parts. If you want to make sure your hair is really silky, you want to do a very thin parting. If you do a big part, your hair is not going to be as straight. So you want to make sure you take some time out, maybe on the weekend, where you can really just take time to do small parts and get it the straightness and the silkiness that you like. Now, if you don't want it real straight, you can do whatever you like. But this is just the way I do it. So we're just repeating those steps throughout her whole head, working our way up. And then I might want to mention right now, another oil that I like to use. I know you saw the Wild Growth oil in the beginning. I just started using that this past year. And I really like it. It has helped with conditioning your hair. And that specific one that I showed you, I like it over the other one because there are two that you use together normally. But that one, it really softens the hair. I noticed that her hair is way softer when I use that oil in comparison to other products. But another product that I like to use, and I've been using for years on her hair, is the Dew Grow oil. The Dew Grow oil, either one, actually there's three, but I use the lengthening and the thickening one. Those two have really contributed to her hair growth. I put them in her hair all the time, and I saw really good results with those oils. So that's just my tried and true, or holy grail, whatever you want to call it. That's the ones that I stick to because they have really helped with her hair growth and maintaining the condition of her hair. So we're almost done. The top of her head, she used to have bangs, so her hair is grown out and it's catching up with the rest of the length of her hair. Hopefully that will be within this year. I'm just making sure I straighten the little edges. Make sure everything is the same texture. I'm just brushing through with the Tangle Teezer, concentrating on the ends so that I can make sure the ends are all the way straight. And after I do this, then I'm going to start the trimming process. Her hair has not been trimmed in a while. I try to do it 1 to 2 times a year because most of the time her hair was in protective styling, so I didn't have to do it that frequently. So she was due for a trim, and you'll see in a minute she wasn't trying to trim her hair. She always dreads that, But in order to keep your length, you have to trim off any dead ends. So right here, I'm just doing a middle part. That's where she wanted her part. Normally, she does a side part. So I'm just making sure her part is straight. And after that, I'm combing all of her hair exactly where I want it. And I'm going to start trimming right now. The shears that I have in the trimming process, I believe I got them from Sally's. So she wanted me to take some pictures of her hair so she could see the actual length of her hair before I trimmed it. I'm showing her where I'm going to trim. And then here I go. She had uncontrollable laughter. I was telling her, stop, girl, stop laughing. Control yourself. Stop laughing because you're going to have an uneven line. You can see my face. This whole video is sped up, but I was telling her, girl, stop. Your hair is going to be uneven. So she put her hand over her mouth. Probably saw she rolled her eyes a little bit at me. That's okay. So I'm just trimming 1/2 inch of hair. She really didn't have too much damage, but I wanted to make sure it was a straight line and even. You don't want to see any spaces throughout. You want it to look healthy, the same thickness, and just like a straight even line. Nothing like seeing some healthy hair. So she didn't want it trimmed, but once she went to school and came home, she was like, Mom, you know what? You're right. I needed to get my hair trimmed, and it looks so good, and it's flowing, and it's healthy. So she agreed with me after the fact. So you can see right there, I just trimmed a little bit off. It really wasn't that much at all. Her hair is still a little bit below her bra strap. She was ready to be done. Like, we were doing hair all day. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I hope you enjoyed this video.